Okay, this episode of Babylon 5 called Revelations, we talk about next. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. We have a number of revelations in this episode called Revelations, including Garibaldi, who is brought back from coma using this same life force machine that was used by June Lockhart in one of last season's episodes. And in order to be able to do it without undue harm to the Doctor, Captain Sheridan agrees to be one of the subjects to which the life force exchange is made. And so Garibaldi is brought back, but his memory of who got him is somewhat fuzzy until he enlists the aids of Lead Alexander. Now, they find out who it is and proceed to rough him up a little bit, put him in detention, maximum security, but he seems to be unbothered by this. And when Garibaldi goes to interrogate him, he basically lets nothing go except for a closing remark with this be seeing you. This is, we had brought up some time ago that this is from The Prisoner, the Patrick McGoohan series, which was done in the UK some decades ago. And what it meant was, in that context, was in the village that everybody was a spy, everybody had secrets to keep, and one thing that the be seeing you was that you're not going to be able to get out. Now, in this context, it was used before by Alfred Bester, and that indicates that our assassin, or would-be assassin, is somehow linked with the Psi Corps. There's some suspicion, more than just some suspicion on Garibaldi's part, that the Psi Corps was in on the assassination of the president in last season, which, of course, was a fellow who was not really all of that supportive of Psi Corps. So that is probably what's behind that. The other revelation is that Delenn comes out of her cocoon, not a way that we would have expected, and her first revelation to first Lanier and then to Dr. Franklin was one of quite some concern. And upon introducing herself to Captain Sheridan, she explains a little bit that Sinclair was brought onto their home world, and her change was made for better Earth-Minbari relations. In the meantime, G'Kar, who has been away, has been trying to find out what caused the damage to the outpost. This guy by the name of Morden, which Londo had been dealing with, was the person who managed to get that done, and now in return wants any kind of information that Londo has in order to pursue their own agenda. Now, the agenda that we're speaking of are the Shadows. They will eventually be named that, and G'Kar has just figured out from ancient text just who these people are. The people of the darkness is what they were called in their text, but the ship configuration and things like that does corroborate what the book does say. So what we have here is a whole new war that's about to go on, and that's even mentioned in the opening montage of the show, is it's the year of the Great War, and the Great War is going to be starting. That's one of the reasons that Delenn went through her change, one of the reasons why the outpost was destroyed, and this is going to be something that's going to benefit, at least in the short term, Londo. So we see a whole new way of things going on. Also in here we have some interesting backstory of Sheridan. His wife died on a mission, and he feels very guilty about it because they were supposed to see each other. They are both in the space service but served on different ships, and a time that they were supposed to meet, he didn't have time, and blames himself for not having one last weekend with his wife before she's killed in an accident. And how that's resolved, and his sister who visits Babylon 5, gives you a good bit of emotional backstory to Captain Sheridan, and it further solidifies his characterization in the show. So far, we see a very positive view of Sheridan. He seems to be a very dutiful officer and not quite as cynical, perhaps, as Sinclair was, but he's starting to learn that. While he's still kind of at the interested stage of being able to meet all kind of new life forms just by crossing the street, he's starting to see that there are things going on that a good officer probably would be best not knowing. So it's setting the stage for what's going to happen in this season. It's going to be an exciting one. So we, of course, will keep a good tab on that. I'd like to know what you think about this. Please put it in the comments below. Please do that. And don't forget to subscribe and click a like if you will. Coming back next week, we will, of course, do more Deep Space Nine, the original series, and of course, more of Babylon 5. And who knows what's going to pop up in between. We'll be on top of that as well. So until next time, don't go far.